Hello YouTube, this is how you fix the HP Chromebook 11 will not charge or power on. I had the issue where no light, no power. It got really frustrating, and I emailed Google several times over, and they wanted a credit card, and essentially they're going to take my money. But the issue is, I'm 12. They probably weren't going to take my money, but I'm 12 and don't have a credit card. So I opened up my Chromebook and decided to fix it myself, and this is how you fix the issue. It's very simple. You just open up the back as so. You're probably going to have to suffer through the opening of the screws, but I will put a time in the description to jump to if you want to miss the screw opening, which is such an exciting event, I bet, for everyone. You gently actually have to lift this up. This one's the issue. You're going to have to put your screwdriver into it and then gently lift up. It does sometimes splits, and that gets very frustrating. But it's really worth it at the end of it all. See? So it sometimes can split and look a little rugged. But it's better to have the bottom look rugged where nobody's looking and have a working computer. So you're going to open all of these screws here, 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 and here, and here. I am sadly missing one screw. So you have to open up the final bottom stub 100%, otherwise you will not be able to open up the computer. But when you do, it's very simple. When you open up the computers as so, it's going to take me a second. Let me see how fast I can get this so you don't have to suffer. And now that all the screws are done, you're going to gently take a thin screwdriver or whatever piece of metal you have that can fit in here. Fortunately, this is not very thin. You're going to put it in between the metal, right here. You're going to twist it as if you're opening something, and then when you can put your fingers under there, you do it like this. You put the screwdriver here, twist it, and lift it up. Fortunately, I think I have left one screw in, which is kind of average for me. And it pops open. The screws will probably go everywhere, but the back is off. You really do want to keep track of your screws just to be safe. You definitely do. You're going to collect all of your screws. And put it off to the side. See, and now you have the glorious Chromebook open. See, this right here, you're going to gently pop that open. It's not like you're going to gently wiggle this out. You do not need fancy tools to do this. I got the tools at the Buck Tree for $1, of course, because that's the name. I have already fixed mine, so you're going to leave this open for a couple of minutes. But to reset it, you're going to put in the charger. It is going to come on. I have the charger unplugged. Now that's plugged in. It will start off orange, as it is right now, and then after a couple minutes, it will seem like it's charging again, but since you have it unplugged, it's obviously not. After a couple minutes, it's going to switch to red. That's because it detected that there is no battery, and now it is red. And it will blink eventually and a couple oddball things. But when after a couple of minutes, you're going to unplug the charger, put it back on its side, Well, actually, it's kind of best to do this with it plugged in. I know it goes against everything that electronic people say, but this is how you fix it. And then you're going to slide the battery back in, and then it's charging again. Then unplug it, just because you know that it works again. Slip the cover on. You're going to kind of bend it a little bit to make it easier with the clips. There. And now that the cover is snapped back on, you're going to slide all of the screws in. Make sure not to lose any screws in the computer, otherwise that may short-circuit it. I unfortunately did, but not this time. You're going to just slide all the screws in and screw it in. Eventually you're going to have to skip this because it gets really boring. Da 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 da.
I have to kind of really go through and determine, does everything conform to an age period when this guy was alive? So do you mind if
this is when you, after using some older computers for a while, this thing seems so good. Such a good computer. It's a very nice one. And yes, the TV is on in the background. You're not just hearing things.
Because it has, again, his monogrammed initials. Then you also want to look at the materials involved. Does it all conform to the period? And there's legitimate wear from taking things in and out. That's what you want to see.
Now that this is all put in, just one last screw, this is where you really sometimes actually do want to watch instead of just skipping over it. This is not a snap-in piece, it's glued in. You're going to have to line it up and gently push your finger over it into the socket, and it looks like nothing ever happened. And ta-da! And then right here, I'm going to gently slide it in. Just push over it. You'll hear a couple snaps, and sometimes you won't. But when it's all put back in, see, this is a realistic what it'll look like when you do it yourself. It looks pretty good. Now you're going to slide it over, plug your charger in, and ta-da! It's charging. Now to prove, if you have a dizziness problem, look away because I'm going to move the camera. Now, to prove that it works, here is the Chrome, and it's coming on. And yes, that is my screensaver. It always says, and if you own a Chromebook, you know, it always will say, low power charger, da 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 da. But, to prove it's fully functional, I just type in my password. I'm sorry for this. Sorry.
You know, that sounds really enticing, but...
Okay, and it 110% works. I have emailed them several times on my email, and it just will not, well, they wouldn't give me a new one. It broke. I won it on the Chromebook giveaway, so I had to take this into my own hands. I hope this helps. Bye.